Radio, and we should be live. A few seconds late, much better than last week anyway, and the week before. Oh. There we go, just need to get it up on my phone so I have a chat to look at. Make sure my phone is muted. And where am I looking? YouTube. Here we go. Back to Heavensward. So, last we left off. So yeah, Nanamo's safe. Raubahn is Flame General again. The Scions are exonerated. Nidhogg's dead. Izel was able to convince the heretics to stand down. The attack on Ishgard never happened. The people are safe. Things should be going really well. Given what we learned on our journey to Churning Mists, speaking of Hraesvelgr and the rest, yeah, it's clear that a lot of what Ishgardian society is built on is actually a lie. And Ser Aymeric thinks it's time for the truth to come out. To wit, he's gone to talk to the Archbishop, who we found out is quite possibly his father, to talk about, why it's all being kept a cover-up, and to see about getting this brought to the people. Which we're all convinced is very likely to, have him branded as a heretic. And also, we're now unanimous in our decision that, if something does happen to him, we're going to help out, so... well, hopefully it won't come to that. But we'll soon find out. But how are we to carry out this bold endeavour? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alphino. Not even the assembled might of House Fortons and the Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. You speak of one of the other high houses. Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumoured to reside in the Broom. It was these disgruntled... But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Ser Aymeric's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphino, and I would have you and Sorin reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Very well, we shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks. Estinian, will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They will gladly watch and wait while the Highborn fight amongst themselves. How very wise. Sorin, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. The tower may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. Sounds like a plan. Still hope it won't come to actually needing to make an assault on the vault. And are we sure we want to trust these people? They were willing to put a lot of innocent lives at risk to... What's blue quest? Safer card? Okay. Hello there, sir. We recently held a ceremony to honour the passing of Sir Raubahn, third son of House Helena. This was pronounced last night. I can work with it. Is it House Helnart? But I was surprised to see none of the Rose Knights from Camp Cloudtop in attendance. And not that they should abandon the camp, mind you, but at the very least I expected to see Rontremont or perhaps Lady Laniette in attendance. I'm sure she has her reasons for not attending, but Rontremont is a dear friend of mine, and I know how he cared for Sir... Clodabane? They worked quite closely together for many years, down to the very end. Which is why I want you to present this to him, the battle standard raised during the ceremony. I am certain he would have attended if he could, and at the very least, I should think he would appreciate a memento from the ceremony. Okay, sir. He's in Camp Cloud. I do have some business just to work on while I'm here, though. Oh wait, that's not where I want to go. It is Foundation. Never mind. Her? Hello. Sorry I'm late. Sorin, Alphino. Gods, I've been worried sick. It's so good to see you. And you, Tataru. How did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gipperl and the others barricaded doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully, but what about you two? What came of your journey? Well, a lot of things, actually. Not quite what we were expecting, either. You're not serious. What was Ser Aymeric thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed. Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you're looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel. Queer moniker, if ever I have heard one, but mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiries below. Right. So... asking after a Mongol, I guess. I hope it won't seem too much like we're just insulting people when we, you know, just walk up to people and say we're looking for a Mongol. Or I suppose the Mongol is probably the title, isn't it? Hello there, ma'am. I'll ask you a question. A mongrel. Not sure I catch your meaning. You're blue blood? We're all of us dogs down here. Well, thank you for your time, ma'am. Yeah, this is about how I thought it would go. Alphino, Tataru, do you have any advice? If truth be told, I doubt anyone will be willing to speak of this mongrel, but we may still be able to confirm that Tataru's information is correct. I suppose that's a start. At first, the people here were a bit standoffish, but with a little effort and a lot of parley, I've managed to make plenty of friends. Hopefully that'll be of help to us here. Excuse me, sir. Can I have a moment of your time? What's that? Speak up! I can't hear as well as I used to. Yes, what? Hey there. Can I ask you something? I don't know a goddamn thing about the mongrel, but if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. Well, that's about what we thought would happen. Maybe I should have changed into some less lordly clothes, I guess. And I'm still dressed very much for the pillars. Alphino? Not a single shred of information. Just as I expected. These revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the masses' complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tataru's ears are as sharp as ever. So, what now? Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the Broom, why not go and see if Gipperl knows his aught of value? As the proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the Mongol before. We can only hope he will be more forthcoming than the others. Hopefully he... He seems to be understanding enough to know that we're not just... what's the word the Ishgardians use? Lordlings. Trying to, you know, rat out a revolutionary. Thing is, asking questions the way we have, I wouldn't be surprised if the mongrel already knows of us. Mr. Gipperl? You know, People long for sympathetic ear, but they need to know that it comes with tight lips. Discretion, Sorin. That's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales, and I know you've done right by highborn and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction. But to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So happens there's a hunter up in the Crozier who owes me a fair bit of coin, however. I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me. Agreed? Fair enough, sir. Suppose he got a point. He's still got his own business to look after. Not a bit of information in return for fair labor. Seems reasonable enough. But we're looking for herbs. This seems to be about the right kind of place. Excuse me, sir. So you're Gibberlon's errand boy. Good. How's he doing? Same as always? Right. Any road, I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go for on account of these bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. I'll pass that along to him, sir. Thank you. Right, well, that's that done. So now... I wonder what Mr. Gibberlon meant by direction, point us in the right direction. Hello there. Well, you gonna hand him over or not? Oh, of course. Here you go, sir. Aye, this ought to do it. With a few other spices, I can make it just like she used to. There are few things which stir the hearts of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories they'll share. Oh, that's how we're going about this. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Yerfer is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant some noble house or another, I forget. Anyways, be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. Why not give her a bottle? I'll do that, sir. Thank you. Think. What's the other item I have? Oh, that's the... What's that? Right. Is everything okay over here? Hello, ma'am. Yes, I am here, I beg your pardon, but do I know you, sir? I'm not sure. Just wondered if you'd like some white mulled wine. Fresh from Gibberlon's. I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare. Her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that she was taken in by that Baron. He got a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. It was not more than infatuation, what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow, what's the scandal? I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence, but that it was with a Hur made it so much, well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out onto the streets like so much refuse. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. That's a somewhat depressing story, but doesn't seem quite helpful to where I'm at now. So as I'm passing by, maybe I should check in with Sir Janicanard, see how things are going. Oh there. How are things going with the astrology, I guess? Word of oh, excuse me. Word of Lady Lavava's charity has begun spreading, my friend. I have attended more than one luncheon where it was positively dripping off the tongues of all the good lords and ladies. And the knights, oh, the knights. They have started rumbling about why magics that not only heal the wounded, but also enhance the strength of the healthy are not being employed to save the lives of those on the front lines. Needless to say, the Vault is not amused. Their plan to have us fade into obscurity has rebounded upon them, and they are now scrambling to twist this situation to their advantage. Listen, Sorin. The Vault would have us officially attend an operation currently underway in the Western Highlands village of Hemlock. The settlement was abandoned after the calamity and has since been overrun with beasts of all manner. The Holy See seeks to reclaim it, and my uncle, the Count, has generously volunteered his knights to clear the area of any remaining threats. It is win-win for the Vault. The operation is small enough and far away enough from the capital that even if it is a success, no one will pay it half a mind. But the Vault will be able to say that they answered the pleas of the knights. If, for any reason, the operation were to fail, then the Vault would be able to attribute the failure to the astrologian presence, and turn the high houses against Lady Lavava. I spoke with the lady about this, but she said she was not interested in the politics of the situation, only that it was her duty to aid people in need. We should speak with her, and soon. Let us make haste to Hemlock. Oh, yeah, that does sound a little more urgent if there's a battle going on. Right, teleporting is probably the quickest way. Actually, I think maybe it's just as easy to use the Ethernet. Go ahead to... You can't quick travel out into the Western Highlands. Right, Hemlock. We were out here healing knights before, weren't we? Oh, I suppose. Or were those the knights who just faked it? I suppose there was convictors as well we were able to help. You okay in this blizzard sickness? Yeah, you seem okay. Those Kurfin chocobos are made of sterner stuff. Oh, this is Hemlock. Once a bustling village and home to the woodcutters who plied their trade in the western highlands of Curfus. This settlement, named for the large evergreens unique to the area, was abandoned when the chill came, and remains a ghost town to this day. Right, Kimperin? What I lack in healing talents I shall make up for with my blade. Is this helpful as ever? That's not sarcasm, by the way, genuinely. There are wounded everywhere, Sorin. We must help them. So, this is battle. I never knew. All the blood. I suppose seeing battle for the first time is something that... I know it took me a while to get used to it. How can I help, sir? We severely underestimated the strength of our enemies, and now my men and women find themselves overwhelmed. The tight wedges we had at the day's onset have all degraded into small knots of fighting, and the number of wounded is growing faster than our chaplains can heal them. Thank the fury you arrived when you did. Guess we should get to work immediately, sir. And avoid those dragons. Are those dragons? Birds, maybe? You okay, sir? It's so dark. Why is it so dark? Weren't we fighting during the day? Don't worry, sir. Let's see if I can help you a little. Nothing like a little starlight. Where am I? Where's my company? I must return to them. You do that, sir, but look after yourself. Ma'am, is everything okay? Please, help. Right away. Does that feel any better? Oh, is that... Yeah. I shan't forget this astrologian. I am forever in your debt. Why aren't... This is one of my favourite, things, just that, why aren't you still casting aspect to benefit on wounded knights? I once heard that, at the end, your life flashes before your eyes. Why is it then that I can only recall the bodice of that wench at the Forgotten Knight? Well, maybe just it's not the end of your life, sir. You have my thanks, but there must still be many who require succor. I heard a woman scream beyond this very boulder not moments before you arrived. That's a problem. Wait, is that Janakanod and Lady Lvava? Is everything okay? Oh, that doesn't look okay. You doing okay there, Akila? One more. There we go. You two doing okay? Yet maybe not everyone's as familiar with battle as I am. Hello. Sorry, I believe that's my friend here. What have we here? Silvestri, you who vowed never to set foot in this barbarian land again? Unless... Clever girl. Yes, it was I who hired Seelie to bring you back to Charlian. And if you had come back with us quietly, you'd be free right now, rather than a wanted criminal facing a trial, imprisonment, even execution, depending on what you've told these tamed savages of yours. Yes, my dear, I offered you a chance, and you foolishly refused it. The edict has been issued, and I am here to collect you. No, I must place some of the blame for that on our friend Seelie. Had she not insisted on playing games, perhaps she would have displayed reason back in the Black Shroud. Instead, she merely added fuel to a fire already hot with your inherent stubbornness. And now I am forced to make the journey to this filthy realm to clean up her mess. And I suppose that starts with these companions of yours. A friend? Lady Lvava? Sorin, take Janakanard and leave. Right now. Neither of you are ready for the magics of the variety he wields. But what of you, my lady? I am going to reclaim my father's journal. Brave. Your father was brave. Your father is also dead. Lady Lvava! Whimpering. I now understand Seelie's frustration. This realm is truly overrun with vermin. How we suffered here for so long I will never know. Very well, Leveva. You leave me no choice. You may already know we have questioned Mace regarding your unauthorized passage into Eorzea. What you may not know is that we still hold him, in the dark cells. Just as a precautionary measure, of course. We would not want to see him flee again before his trial. Now, your grandfather's not as spry as he used to be, and I am uncertain how long the sanity of a man his age will last in complete darkness. Although the longer you delay, the closer we come to finding out. If you wish to see your grandfather released, you will come to the abandoned city in the Dravanian hinterlands. There, my airship will be waiting to take you back to the old world, where you will be tried. Fairly, of course. I suppose you could run, but know that doing so would have grave consequences for your grandfather, and possibly your mother as well. And we would still eventually find you. Wait, my father's diary! You may still be close. Wait here. Lady Leveva? You doing okay? Sylvestre. I knew it. Janikard? Lady Leveva, who was that? I have the strangest feeling I should know him from somewhere. Sylvestre, leader of the Bibliofex. A powerful group of conservative fundamentalists who seek to control the whole of Sharlayan's knowledge. They believe that our people should not become involved in history, only be witness to it. Then analyze it until all the lives lived and lost are but numbers on a page. You may remember Sylvestre, Janikard, because he is the self-same man who has pushed for old Sharlayan to batten its doors, and has used my father's death as his rallying cry. Now I am certain that he had my father killed. And near the end of my father's diary, he mentions being contacted by a young Sylvestre, who happened to be an older classmate of his when they were both at the studium. The Sylvestre, looking to make a name for himself as a politician, warned my father against continuing to disseminate knowledge of Sharlayan astrology in Eorzea. A warning my father, of course, did not heed. Soon after, several attempts were made upon my father's life. When he subsequently looked into the matter, he discovered that there was a price on his head, and that Sylvestre had put it there. I discovered a contract signed by the wretch folded in my father's journal. He had planned on revealing it to the form on his return, but he never had the chance. Janikard, my father gave you that journal before he died. You never once opened it? I did not think it was mine to read. But what you say, if it is true, we must get that diary back. Come, it seems the fighting has died down. Let's report to the captain of the knights, then return to Ishgard so that we may plan our next move. Right. This is, after everything she's taught me, I'd rather not see Lady Leveva executed. And, well, that doesn't sound like this Sylvestre is willing to stop with just her. Captain? Many lives were saved because of you. That is what we can expect from Sharlayan astrology. I see no reason why we shouldn't have knights trained in the field. I will recommend this to the Lord Commander. I suspect he will be pleased to see the day won with so few casualties. If you require our services again, you need only ask. Come, Sorin, let us hasten back to Ishgard. It might be a while before the Lord Commander can get back to you. Just a heads up. He's a little preoccupied at the moment. That's definitely not looking good. Right, Lady Leveva? Sylvestre. Still the same. Moments ago, we received a missive from the commander of my father's guard. He thanked us again for our assistance in Hemlock and has formally requested that Lady Leveva train several of his knights in Sharlayan astrology. The vault, however, remains silent, and I believe this silence to be calculated. If the edict issued for Lady Leveva's extradition has arrived, they need only turn a blind eye to Sylvester's actions until he has spirited the lady from the realm, and people simply forget she was ever here. But we are not going to let that happen, are we, my lady? I am sorry, Jeanne Quinard, but I no longer see how we cannot. Sylvester has my grandfather. He has threatened to take my mother, and he now has the one thing that could have saved them both. My father's journal. No, Jeanne Quinard, I cannot deny my fate any longer. I have done several readings since our return, and every one is the same. Deceit, manipulation, submission. My path is clear. You, however, can carry on. Sylvester has no authority over you, or you, Sorin. See that my father's dream is fulfilled. Promise me that much. I shall promise you that and more, my lady. Whimpering and I will see you to the place of meeting and do whatever possible to make certain that Sylvester keeps his word. You know that by attending me you put yourself in danger. He has shown he will not hesitate to kill anyone who stands in his way. And now that he knows I know of his involvement in my father's death. But still he would stand by my side in my last moments in Eorzea. I do not deserve friends such as you. Sorin, Aether is the building block of all that surrounds us, meaning that everything is connected. Someone closely attuned with that Aether can, in a sense, link themselves with others, feeling their joy, feeling their pain. The scholars of the soul call this empathy. Crystal gazers and card readers call it the Wheel of Fortune. We astrologians call it collective unconsciousness. Whatever you call it, I feel that bond with you. Both of you. Thank you. It's not a problem, ma'am. Just... Oh. Collective unconscious. But when it comes down to this meeting, let me know as well. If even Lord Jeanne Quinard's going, I can't very well back out myself. Right. But, should probably deliver this banner quickly. Airships are right here, after all. And someone's missed a funeral of a friend. I can't keep this kind of thing to myself forever. Oh. For too long, anyway. Hello there, sir. Good evening, adventurer. What can I do for you? I'm here to deliver this, sir. The battle standard of the Steel Vigil. Charred by flame, just as I remember. Though, there's much I wish I could not remember from that day. In the wake of the calamity, we were all but defenseless, and Zavara and Safat saw fit to give us no quarter. I should hope to never again see a battle so bloody. He laid down his life for our nation, for the few of us who escaped for our lives. A true leader to the bitter end, and I will always treasure the years spent under him. I am not worthy of a memento such as this. Though she may be reluctant to accept it, Lady Lanier should be the one to have this. I realize she has her own way to deal with grief, and I suspect that's why she did not attend the ceremony. But in all my years of serving House Halnart, they have not been the sort to simply let go of family. Please, friend, take the battle standard to her. Of course, sir. It's been a while since I've seen Lady Laniette. I hadn't been thinking our next meeting would be quite so... bearing quite such bad news. Especially now that the war's over. It's been a while since I've been to the Sea of Clouds. Doesn't seem quite as odd after being to the churning mists, I suppose. Lady Laniate? Hello there, Sorin. Is there something you need? Not so much that I need, ma'am, as just... You should have this. The battle standard from the Steel Vigil. You were too kind. This is a most unexpected gift. Shlomdebane was a good man, always ready to put his men's needs before his own. They were family, and they mourned his loss like family. I wish they had not followed Francel's example. He insisted on a post in Central Curthus, hoping to avenge him someday, and Sholdebane's men were quick to follow suit. But I refused to dwell on the past, grieving at gatherings year after year. It's not what he would have wanted. Nay, he would have me live my own life, and fulfill my own dreams. His passing was a great loss to our house, but such hardships are not unfamiliar to us. Times are hard, but we will move forward. And in time, Ishgard will become the great nation he believed it could be, free of war. Suppose I should maybe do this while I'm here. Excuse me, Sorin. A moment of your time, if I may. I recently received a special request for assistance with zoological research, but I'm at a loss as to how to fulfill it. Are you familiar with galicats? They bear a striking resemblance to kittens, but with wings. An acquaintance of mine is writing an article on their physiology and requires a sample of their wings for her work. Their sweet appearance belies a rather nasty temperament, and if it were simply a matter of slaying them, I would handle it myself. The problem, however, is that taking a proper sample requires a delicate touch, a certain finesse that is beyond the capabilities of my men and myself. And because they are so fragile, you may not obtain a proper sample from the first you fell, but I have no doubt a man of your talents can procure a wing of immaculate quality. I realize this is a rather personal request, but I would be forever in your debt. Of course, ma'am. Any way I can help out? Suppose maybe malefic magic does a little less damage to the physical body than sword or blade does. So, just Galicat wing. Tequila, do you want to help out? So, what's this one look like? It's a little damaged. Needs to be perfect, right? Let's try for enough. Oh, out of the way of that. No luck here either. Maybe that one over there. Oh, out. Need to keep clear. What about this one? This looks... I suppose as undamaged as I can get. Sorry for the wait, ma'am. How fares your search? I realize obtaining an undamaged Galicat wing is no easy feat. I think this is as good as I can get. My, what an extraordinary find. I'm pleased to see your persistence has paid off. With this, she can resume her work on Cloudkin. How forgetful of... Oh, excuse me. You have to have a drink. This sample is meant for Atlone, the renowned naturalist. She's hard at work on a new article for New Eorzean Geographic, and requested a sample be delivered with the utmost haste. Excuse me. You can be sure she will hear it was the incomparable Sorin Sherwood who made possible her latest work on Cloudkin. Thanks, I guess, ma'am, but... no credit needed. Right. Back to Ishgard. I need to talk to Mr. Gibberlon about that story I heard. I don't know if it was something he meant me to hear, or... Mr. Gibberlon? Sorry for I was away so long, got a little sidetracked by a couple things. So the amorous nobleman beds his maidservant and casts her aside when deceit takes root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the women and children who lived it, though. Yeah... Is there any other way I can help? Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Gerald, for example. Surely you've heard of him. No? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none of which prohibits spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. Alright. Thank you, sir. So... Am I just delivering drinks to people? Is this part of the errand Am I still doing the errand Mr. Gibberlon was asking me for? In return for directions? Hello, sir. Alone's blessings be upon you, sir. A gift? For me? Yes, sir. From Gibberlon. Some mulled wine. The scent, reminiscent of a wine once made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. Yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances. So compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. It was that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually she won them over, but those first few years were trying. Even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember the days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out, as if searching for her mother's face in the mists. So, the same... Is Gibberlon trying to tell me something about this? Is it this daughter I should be looking for? So... a half-Ellis and half-Fuhr with raven black hair. If I see Alphino and Tatara, I should let them know maybe who to keep an eye out for. I think. Maybe... She was a remarkable woman, Sorin. After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future. For her daughter's future. I'm starting to feel... What are you pointing me to, sir? Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us, and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, Sorin, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the Mongol and her pups chose to embrace theirs. To proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. Understand it. So... He's not ashamed of... Is he just... Are we missing something obvious? Not quite sure. I can try asking around again. Must be Excuse me, ma'am. Still looking for your mongrel? Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or did you fancy someone specific? Oh yeah, red eyes with a father. Oh, someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you ain't of the broom. Do you think I'd just tell you because you ask nicely? No, ma'am, sorry, I just... Well, I suppose that at least kind of confirms it. Yeah, it's... She's not willing. She might just be not wanting to help me, but... I think that kind of implies that... Red eyes, black hair... That's who we're looking for. Alphino? How are things going your end? Have you made any progress, Sorin? I think a little. Maybe know a little bit more about who we're looking for? So our mongrel was born of an Elzen nobleman and a Huron maidservant. Granted, it is no location, but it's far more information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. Any word on how things are going with Ser Aymeric, though? There must be some way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? She... Oh, confound it, she went below to make inquiries on her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly, Sorin. I have a premonition that this is not going to end well. Well, Miss Tataru's... She's made it this far... Like, without us in Ishgard. I'm sure she knows how to avoid getting into trouble, right? Where could she be? Not seeing any sign of her. I saw her last was down there. But I'm still not seeing her. You must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either. No, fortunately not. Wait, is that... Well, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Oh. Wait, down there. Isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her. Quickly, Sorin. After them. Yep, right away. That's, I guess your premonition was right.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Alphino, that's not quite what help means.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Sir, with all due respect, you probably don't want to do that.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Oh, hello there.
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the blue blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand.
I wouldn't be cutting off anyone's hands if that's what you're
It
implying.
isn't often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
So, I'm guessing you're the Mongol? Or, wait, is that rude? Hello, ma'am. Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Knights say. I guess so. Is a tavern more private than streets down here? I guess if that's where she wants to talk. Ooh. Is he? Been the fancier part, I guess. I think it best if you take the lead this time, Sorin. Wait, you're not taking the lead in negotiations? That's normally... If you're nervous, I could try parleying with them on our behalf. Perhaps they'd be interested in techniques for working loan logs. Or maybe the tale of the cursed Gladius. Oh, I know! The legendary skillet! Everyone loves that one. Well, let's see. I'll see what I can do first. Hello, ma'am. Oh, never mind. They're into shop for it? That was either a lot of money or she's got some influence here. Well, about what we needed. Or wanted, rather. If you're okay with helping, that is.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Something like that.
Eh? What are they on about?
The high houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Ser Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Yeah, putting it like that, it really does sound like a bad idea.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, we did warn him of that much, at least.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Ser Aymeric to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Ser Aymeric is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
That doesn't say why they should help, though, Alphino. That's just telling them what we need help with.
What in the hell's?
Trouble from this... sir, are you okay? Give me a moment, I can patch that.
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy.
The Heavensward.
And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats.
There's not really getting out of this one, is there? Alphino?
Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do.
Oh boy.
Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Ser'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Oh, that looks like a problem.
Such simple creatures, rats. Certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here, your toys could hurt someone.
This is a... we should help. I hope that guy's okay down there, but... Temple... I don't want to hurt Temple Knights. They're Ser Aymeric's people. Oh.
Right there!
Let's try redrawing that one. Oh, more reinforcements. Oh, out of the way of that. Right. Let's deal with the healer first. And let's see if I can help out Fino out. And Hilda probably needs a hand. Oh, out of the way of that. Ooh, Rorschmont. Well, I guess if we weren't in trouble before, we definitely are now. Oh no, are you okay over there? Another medic. What is... Oh, ow, that hurts. No, we can do this. Oh, they don't count as party members in this one. Ow. Did we do it? But, beating down a Knight of the Heavensward in a public square is probably... long-term, this is going to cause problems, right?
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Lady Lucia.
Enough!
Oh. What? How? That's got to be more magic, right?
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
That's a point.
I thought the Heavensward might come here as well.
As well, ma'am?
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavensward had been granted full authority in his stead.
That's a problem.
The Heavensward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Ser Aymeric answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Right.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
Yeah, this sounds like it could be a problem.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he? Aye. Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Okay, so we've got extra hands, but I still imagine the vault is like a big deal, right? I'm as of the Efson, Sorin. We must move quickly before they discern our intent. I never liked him, not since his days as Inquisitor. He took far too much pleasure in his work. Oh. Hilda, what's the plan? Let me guess. You're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? Well, not quite now. Because it's what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. Besides, even my pure-blood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. Hey, none of them are well-bred. Else, some of their mothers will cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. Story old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue bloods to account, as some have done right by us, I'll allow, like them in House Halnart. But enough talk. Your friend's still running in a cell. Let's not keep him waiting. Right. So, do we have strategy, a plan? Oh, excuse me. Ooh. We've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and the High Houses. That much I'll acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that. Nonsense. If not you, then who? You Temple Knights, of course. Reckoned it was your beloved Ser Aymeric doing it first, but then I heard how he lost his head. My next best guess would be the Heavensward. That way they'd have the perfect excuse to go door to door through the broom, slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. But the Heavensward scheme did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they have been forced to improvise. A fine bloody mess, ain't it? At the highest cost, so what's the plan? We must divert the attention of the High Houses away from the city, and to do that, we need the cooperation of your allies in their service. And what makes you think I have friends in high places? You'd be fools not to, given your goals. Lowborn knights are ideal recruits. Most swear fealty only out of a desire for a better life. If offered an opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear. It need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with a new threat, a massing of heretics, for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the vault. Huh. Spread false reports of an attack to get him out of harm's way, you mean? The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the high houses believe another attack is imminent, then they will have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it is decided. To the vault! The Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. So, right. Excuse me. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Ser Aymeric and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Estinian and I will make ready to breach the underground gaol and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light. Together with Lord Orshfont and Master Alphino. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way into the highest levels of the vault, even onto the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavensward realize what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the gaol. Temple Knights loyal to our cause have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Ser Aymeric and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Then let us do what must needs be done. Right. Hopefully we can't get away with just apprehending the Archbishop. This all started with a false accusation of regicide, and I'd rather not have things end with actual regicide. Right, into the vault, I guess. Sir? You have resumed position, Master Sorin. I will send word once you and your party have entered. Right. Lord Orshfont? Alphino? Let's go. Time to put a true end to this war. Let's go. Doing okay, everyone? Open up the thingy just so I can see if... Here's so I can keep a track of what's being said if I miss lines. More knights blocking the path. Keep an eye on Lord out front. There you go, friend. This looks like it'll be a long climb. More knights. Oh. Which one needs this aspect benefit? Still more. Suppose the longer they delay us, the more of the Heavensward can get back here. Oh. Everyone ready? Up to next level. I'm at the Heavensward already. We've beaten them before. You can do it again. But ow! What? That's not normal, right? Alphino, watch out, I think you've got something coming for you. This looks like a problem. Ow!
Bear witness.
That is right. Oh, that hurt. I should maybe not have been standing there. This looks like a problem.
I shall show you something special.
Thanks again. Right. I should be fine now. Did we do it? Oh, when did he get there?
Focus. Release.
Oh. Hello there, Boruto. Wrist bracelets. Those Friars all classes about strength. That's not really for a healer. Further up. Like our path has been still being blocked every step of the way.
With you.
Further onwards then. Everyone okay there? Prisms, those are not particularly helpful. Go doors front. I need you over here. Or not, I guess. One down. Keep moving on. Looks like we're clear at this point. Exorcist choker? What is that? Vitality, that's intelligence, that's mind. Mind is what I'm looking for, isn't it? Right. So where do we go from here? Oh, those are living statues. That hurts. Out of the way that. Oh, never mind. Problem solved. So this is an elevator. Turned the vault itself against us? Hardly so. That gets us closer to the top anyway. I think we're still inside. That's inside? Build a garden inside the tower? This is... I want to say impressive.
With you.
But they're going to... These measures means they are concerned about us making this kind of push, right? So, I suppose we have already beaten one of their Heavensward knights. And even after he turned into whatever that was. Right, looks like more War Machina. You can have Spire Alpha.
Release.
Oh, God, Rose Fencer. Maybe I want to save my Astrodyne for going into the... Wait,
I shall show you something special.
oh, not aware of that. Sir Grino. Beaten him before as well. Does he have the same trick as Sir Adelphil?
Away with you! I will not yield to you!
That seems to be so. What is that? It seems you definitely have some kind of power.
Release!
You doing okay there, Lord Orshwan?
Away with you!
Oh, out of that. Oh, Sir Knight, you are looking in pretty bad shape there. Alphino, take that. Oh, that's different. I think I'm safe here. Ow. Everyone still okay? Astrodyne.
I have my pride.
That hurt. I've waved that. Right. You running away as well? I was on your side. Okay, I guess that means we need to hurry. The Auditor's Helm is also not what I'm looking for. More of these statues. Take them down one at a time. Oh, there's a second one in. Yo. Everyone's still doing okay? Expected Helios won't go too bad. Alphino, you're standing a little far back there. Right. More of those knights. This ring, that's what is not what I needed. Your bounce. Lord Orshwan, I would please do try to avoid attacks. I really would rather you not get hurt. My healing magic does have limits. And press on. Another elevator. Hopefully this gets us close to the top. This seems to be fairly close. Just into that, up that tower, I guess. That's the first choker. Oh, still no help. Doing okay? Hello there. Even the priests are getting in our way. I suppose that kind of makes sense given that we are kind of... as far as they're concerned, bringing in heretical teachings to their church. Or trying to, anyway. I wonder how Stinian and Lady Lucy are getting on. More statues left? See, these aren't quite the magics I was expecting from the vault.
Away with you!
Oh, need to get out of the way of that. Right. It's clear. And then looks like our entrance to that tower. No. That's like an airship landing. They trying to just run? Sir Schreiber? Him too. What is that? So it's an airship landing.
Filthy rats!
Let's go. Whoa! That looks dangerous.
Be done with you!
Ow.
I have my pride.
Let's order machines. Don't get in their way.
Sickness must be purged!
Hello, Rushman. You okay?
Be done with you!
Bear witness.
Where did he go? I just...
Now the final cup!
These orbs of fire are, I'm guessing, a problem. Bombs, probably. He's definitely channeling something.
This show their mercy.
Oh.
Be disgusted.
That hurts.
Sickness must be purged.
It still hurts.
Be done with you.
Oh, dodge that. Chains.
Sickness must be purged.
Right. You doing okay there, Horseman?
Sickness must be purged. Be done with you.
Oh.
I have my pride.
Did we do it? Right. We need to go on quickly, right? The Archbishop's still getting away, right? By airship. Unicorn? Are you alright, my friend? Just a nod. Can't linger too long.
Our power! How can this be? Fall back!
Wait. We're not just gonna let you walk off. Are they getting away already? Or is that just... We need to hurry. Stop right there! Ser Aymeric, you're okay? Alive?
Father, please!
For a mercy, we were not too late.
I'm glad.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years? A fool to the last.
Right. Still got to stop him. Even if talking doesn't work.
Look out!
Lord Urshman! Are you okay? That's not the... Urshman? Urshman? You're okay, right?
Go. Asisla awaits.
Lord Orphan?
Lord Orchefon!
This is... I can heal this, right? It's... Alphino? Yours can work, right? This is...
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
No, we didn't come all this way just to... Which one?
You are unharmed. Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of...
It's okay. I'm here. I'm okay. Just don't give up on me, okay?
Do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
Yeah. Which one? Which one? Yep. I... Not again. I know not what to say. The others, they are gathered at Forton's manor. Yeah, I should go meet them, shouldn't I? Why? Why so close to the end did we have... Haven't we lost enough? Scions are still missing. Everyone we lost at the Waking Sands. What does all... We couldn't even stop him. Maybe if I hadn't ran on. Didn't stop him anyway. If I hadn't ran, maybe... Must have been something I could have done. The others are... Please enter, Master Sherwood. Yeah, I will. Everyone? Count Forton,
Don't.
So...
Please.
Sir?
A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
They'll not get away with this. Right, Alphino. I could not stand there in silence, but when all others had forsaken us, Lord Orshvon took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we might face them as knights. I'm sorry, I can't. We must press on with our mission. Zataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go and speak with Ser Aymeric, Sorin. I worry for his well-being. Yeah. There are those who survived. Ser Aymeric made it out alive at least, right? We could have lost him too. The Archbishop isn't getting away with this. Aymeric. Where did he go? You know something, right?
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal.
Ow.
The founding. The scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it.
Admits it.
The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hraesvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us.
As much as we know already. Why is
I ask you,
Idlin showing me this?
Will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire.
What does he mean by that?
If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
Sorry about that. Have I explained this to you?
Did you not? A vision of the past?
Yeah. The meeting, Ser Aymeric's meeting with the Archbishop.
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past.
I don't really have much control over it, sir.
'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
Clearly isn't the end.
I've given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Yeah.
Aye, the manner in which Ser Zephyrin struck down Lord Haurchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls.
Wait, are we saying they were primals?
7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful.
What is Aziz La?
Find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
Where? But yeah, regardless, you're right. He has to be stopped. And someone needs to be held to account for what happened to Lord Orshvon. Master Sherwood, Master Alphino, I, Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the 7th Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends? Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. Sorin's not that violent. Pursue him to the end of the earth if that's what it takes. I thank you, Sorin. I've heard many men make such pledges, but you speak in earnest. Much has changed since our order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat is not. If the Archbishop and the Heavensward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Sorin and I will stop them. The primal thing's just a bonus for me, Alphino. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an Archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses. A force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of Duravanian hostilities. Far from it. We will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Ser Aymeric. My dying breath I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Sorin, Master Alphino, pray attend me outside. Very well. With me, Sorin. I believe we have much to discuss. Right. Yeah. I have to keep moving. I'm not taking Orshvon's title. The Soleil was in eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop on the off chance the airship passed nearby. Sure enough, Lady Laniette informed me that it had been sighted by our scouts. Then the Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds. Or was not long ago. The airship has not been seen since it disappeared into the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu Vanu and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Hilnart has yet to establish a foothold. We will need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the Beastman's wrath. I think we both know the perfect candidate, Sorin. Let's pay a visit to Master Garland at the Skysteel Manufactory. I see. Then I will take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Right. Off we go. Sid, how are things going? Ah, the Dodsley duo! What mischief have you two been getting up to lately? You haven't heard, have you? I hardly know where to start. Yes, a lot went on, Mr. Sid. He was a good man. Sid, have you ever heard of Azys Law? The Archbishop spoke of it before he fled. No, but it's probably some source of phenomenal cosmic power that's key to his plans. From what he told Sorin, the Ascians tried to tempt him as they tempted Gaius. As they tempted Gaius with the ultimate weapon. Even if he spoke true about playing along, I can see him attempting to seize it. As if we needed another reason to pursue him. Well, I'm convinced. The Enterprise is at your disposal. You can come to the airship landing when you're ready to depart. It's just as well. After pulling you out of the fire these last few times, I reckoned I was due to deliver you into it. Just some source of power. What kind of change does he... We need to figure out more, don't we? Is it... Into the fire, is it? In that case, I should inform Tatara of our plans. I pray go on ahead to the airship landing. I shall join you anon. Right. I hope Tatara's doing okay with this. So I'm heading back to the Sea of Clouds. Make sure of something a little warmer. Biggs? Wedge? I heard about your man, Oshfon. I'm sorry for your loss, Sorin. Thanks, Biggs. Good to see you again, Sorin. It'll be a pleasure to have you aboard the Enterprise again. Sid? The boys have been hard at work preparing for our flight, and I'm pleased to say we are ready to depart. That is, as soon as a certain... Ah. Is it? Pray forgive my lateness. Tatara and I had much to discuss. We still have no news of the missing Scions, but she assures me that Urianger and Riol are pursuing promising leads. We've got leads now? Let's... Come, we can continue this discussion aboard the Enterprise. Oh, yeah, we do need to get a move on, but... We've got leads on where the others are now? That's... some of the best news we've had in a while. Even beating Nidhogg had a bitter ring to it. The others are waiting for you aboard the Enterprise, Sorin. Shall we get going? Of course, Wedge. Let's not waste any more time.
To the northern reaches of the Sea of Clouds, where countless isles yet remained uncharted. In search of a mysterious land known as Azys Law, and the unmasked villain who sought to claim its secrets.
This is...
Oblivious to the new threat which followed in their wake, they came.
This is the northern sea of clouds. What do they call it? Blue window? Alphino? From here, Camp Cloudtop looks rather far. Be on your guard, Sorin. The Vanu could be anywhere, even watching us as we speak. How far had I gotten with the Aether Currents already? Oh, just 2. Just 2. Cloudtop is rather far down there. Never thought too much about what lay all the way over here. Maybe Az's Law is somewhere over there. But for now, that is going to be the end of the stream. I will be back with Sorin on Friday at 9 PM Britain time, UK time. I think we're still on British summertime, so BST. Yep. I'm just traveling back so I can get my easy log out in the for Sanctuary. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. I hope it's been somewhat enjoyable, and yeah, with any luck, I will see you in the next stream. Until then, thanks for watching, and